A reading from Psalm 145, verses 1 through 8. I will exalt you, my God the King. I will praise your name forever and ever. Every day I will praise you and extol your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. His greatness no one can fathom. One generation will commend your works to another. They will tell of your mighty acts. They will speak of the glorious splendor of your majesty, and I will meditate on your wonderful works. They will tell of the power of your awesome works, and I will proclaim your great deeds. They will celebrate your abundant goodness and joyfully sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and rich in love. This summer at the Grove, we're in a worship series called Kingdom Legacy. And one of the kingdom legacies of the Grove is the way that we as a congregation pour into and disciple young people and children. In just a minute, you are going to see the fruits of that labor as this younger generation commends the works of God to us. All throughout the year, you pour into young people, you run small groups with them, you do youth group, you invest in their summer conferences, and in a few minutes, you are going to hear them tell of the greatness of God that they experienced when you sent them off to the mountains to be poured into at Montreat. And I just want to thank you all for your faithfulness to one another, and particularly to this generation, which is not the next generation of the church, but the current generation of the church. And so as you celebrate the fruitfulness of your faithfulness to them, I just invite you to open up your hearts and let them be nourished and strengthened and encouraged by their testimonies about the goodness of God that they have experienced. Let us listen and learn from the young people that God has given us to treasure and nurture.
Good morning. So I get the great privilege of being the youth leader in this church, which means I get to work with them and the middle schoolers and anything youth. So this summer they had an opportunity to go to middle school conference and high school conference. So the next few moments will be just them sharing their experiences over the summer. And I would first like to invite the middle schoolers up to share their experience from their middle school journey. And Miss Sierra, our beautiful leader who went with them, will share very briefly as well her experience. She's fantastic, y'all, just FYI.
So I watched her go uncelebrated in second grade, Greenless child. Gray amongst her oranges and yellows, attached too much to corners and other people's sunshine, she colors her rainbow brown and leaves balloons unopened in her packages. Oh, who will touch this greenless child? Who will plant a luau in her heart and send her dancing into all the colors of God? Or will she be left like an unwrapped package on the kitchen table? Too much for anyone to take on the trouble. Does God think we're her keeper? My answer to that question is yes. I had the privilege of serving our wonderful middle school students. It was an amazing experience. The theme was a place for blank, and each and every one of them had the opportunity to complete that statement for themselves, and I would like for them to share about their Montreat experience.
Okay. My name is Kyle, and the experience, it was fun, and my favorite part was getting out of small group and going to rec.
My name is Alpha, and it was fun, and my favorite part was small group.
My name is Quinn. My favorite part of it was getting to hang out in the dorm.
They had fun. So the next group, and Mr. J, if you will come stand with me as well, are the high schoolers. And I got to spend the whole week with them in one house. It was a lot of them. It was about 15 of them, but this week that they were there was probably, and I know my other ones that have been probably gonna hurt me real bad, but it was probably one of the best weeks that I've had with these young people, and they are something. I said I wasn't gonna cry, and I'm not gonna cry, but they are fantastic. And Mr. J, who comes through in the clutch for me on a regular basis, was there to spend some time with me. And their conference theme was more than enough. And so each day they covered different ways to be enough and to be reminded that they are enough. And so the first one was recognize that without God, we are not enough. Second day was receive. Because of God's love, we are more than enough. The third day was rely. In God's hands, we have more than enough. The fourth day was resist. Enough is enough. And by God's power, we can do more than enough. The last day was realize. Filled with God's Spirit, together we are more than enough. And so Mr. J will give 2 seconds, and then they will come up. The first year people who this was their first experience, they will share. And then the returners will share, and then our rising seniors will close us out. But it was a good week, and we are grateful for the people that prayed for us and the people that sent a meal or sent a snack. It was a good week. It was a very good week.
I always cherish any opportunity to work with youth, with kids. Like Octavia says, I'm a middle school, elementary school kind of guy, so high schoolers, yeah. But the group of kids that I went with, I keep calling y'all kids because y'all are not. Y'all have shown so much maturity, so much growth, so much of God in you. It makes me happy. A lot of you guys I've seen grow up from that elementary, middle school, y'all, so I've seen that growth. And what I just am proud of is that one of the things the pastor said is that don't leave this mountaintop experience here. How do you take it with you? And I see them taking the experience with them everywhere. They're working, they're in school, they are getting good grades, they are being motivated. So I just love to be able to pour into them and to let them know that I see you. Or if nobody else tells you that they love you or that they see you or they recognize that you are much more than even you were yesterday, I see it. And I'm so proud of y'all.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. So this is my first year here at Montreat. My name is Selah, the biggest part that I liked about Montreat was seeing other teens my age engage in things about God and be able to openly talk about it. I think that really helped me grasp the concept of more than enough because there's kids from all over the country there. And it's different personalities and kinds of people. And it just kind of reminds me that even though we're all different, we're all a part of God's image. And so it was a really touching experience to see people my age also help grow their relationship with God. So 10 out of 10, I loved it.
Hi, my name is Dante, and this was my first year at Montreat. And yeah, just like Selah said, it was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was like a wonderful experience just going there. We had a great pastor. Her name was Cece. She's awesome. She was like preaching the word, and then like her way how she was doing it, because she had like different characters, like every sermon, and it was just wonderful. And yeah, it was just a different experience from like when we went to Camp Greer. It was like more open, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Like Montreat is like a more open thing for the youth. Yeah, I liked it.
Hi, I'm Callie, and we're returning to Montreat. My favorite day of Montreat this year was Thursday, which theme was resist. And on this day in our small group, we had a really impactful conversation about vulnerability in the church and like the importance of it. And we discussed how it's important to stand up for our beliefs, not only in Montreat when it's fresh on our minds, but take it back home and like make a change in the church. So I found that very great. and it was a good experience.
Hi, I'm Aiden. My favorite day was, I think it was Tuesday. We talked about receiving God's love for us. And we talked about the prodigal son and that story. That was really impactful for me because as a Christian, sometimes it's hard when you mess up to feel like God still loves you and to feel like you can still receive that love even when you make mistakes. And it was just a really good experience. Thank you to Miss Octavia, Mr. J, and Mr. Ryan who took us there. Yeah, thank you, church.
Hi, my name is Drew. I'd say that my favorite day would probably be Monday, which is recognized, because it showed that no matter you have to recognize no matter who you are, you have a purpose in life, whether it's life-changing or that could change the world. I did enjoy Montreat. I give it like a 10 out of 10 also. I was able to find new connections, open up more than I usually do. So I did enjoy the experience.
Hi, I'm Sage. I'm a rising senior. This is my second year at Montreat. And my favorite day at Montreat was Wednesday when we were talking about rely. And as I begin my senior year, it's been kind of hard for me to fully rely on God to get me through my senior year because I'm kind of nervous. So it was just really good for me to get that assurance that God will get me through my senior year and the rest of my life. So.
Hi, my name is Amber Townsend, and I'm a rising senior at Cato Middle College. And I'm going to say something real quick because I sound congested. So, while being at Montreat, it allowed me to figure out my daily devotion after mourning the loss of my father. So after figuring that out, I give it a 10 out of 10, and I would recommend.
Hi, my name is Rain. As you know, this conference week's theme was More Than Enough. And I got to be a part of Keynote on Wednesday and have a conversation with Pam. And her one question for the youth that were on the panel was, if you could change one thing about the church, what would you change? And mine would be inclusion. So we had she asked how we would make that change in the church. And I said, holding our church accountable. Because at the end of the day, love is what God wants us to do the most. And if we don't have love, we don't have anything. So I enjoyed being a part of it.